Question number 4, Dr Shane Reti.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister for Building and Housing, what reports has he received on the building boom spreading beyond Auckland and Christchurch?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, yesterday's building consent figures show total annual consents nationally top 28,000, an all-time record of $17.6 billion of building work. Growth in Auckland remains strong with now 4 years of 20% growth, which is why we now have a house build rate of 40 new homes each working day. The surprise in yesterday's data was that 2/3 of the national growth was outside of Auckland and Christchurch. Centres like Hamilton and Tauranga are now experiencing growth of 26% in the rate of house building.
Supplementary question, Dr Shane Reti.
What increases in building activity were there in Northland?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Northland had one of the strongest growth rates, with increases in annual consents in Whangarei of 53% for the year, 54% in the far north and 31% in Kaipara. Across Northland, consents were up from 660 to nearly 1,000, showing how successful this government's policies are working for that community of Northland.
Supplementary question, Todd Barclay.
Thank you.
Order. 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 Point of order.
Yes, Mr Speaker. The primary questions were from the government. Now you're taking the next one when I was on my feet at the same time and I'm much more senior than junior.
Order. The member needs to understand standing orders. It's the Speaker's discretion where he takes the call. I've taken it from Todd Barclay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary question. Is the building growth...
Order. Start the question now.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary. Is the building growth confined to regions in close proximity to Auckland?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
No, the growth was strong all over the country. Manawatu was up 66%, Palmerston North 57%, Wanganui 60%, Rotorua was 96%. I note in the member's own electorate in Queenstown Lakes, the number was up 40%, and in my own area of Tasman, up 35%. I acknowledge the unique housing issues in Queenstown and will particularly commend that member on his initiative around the old Wakatipu High School site, of which the government is exploring as where we can further grow housing supply.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston
Minister,
Peters.
in the whole history of humanity, in this country or the whole wide world, has he ever seen someone living in a consent?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, what I know though is that governments have always used building consent data as the best measure of the way in which house building occurs, and it matches within 1% the census data on new homes that are constructed.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Does he believe that regional centres like Queenstown and Tauranga, both now rated severely unaffordable and with high levels of homelessness, are victims of their own success, or is this what passes for regional development under his government?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, it is true that the regions of New Zealand are growing strongly, and that is a good thing. The irony is that 3 years ago, when I announced housing accords with both Tauranga and Queenstown councils, this was the member who said I was wasting my time and should only be focused on Auckland.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Simon O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, are there any risks to the strong building boom in Auckland continuing?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the historic root cause of Auckland's housing woes has been that the old regional council was very opposed to urban sprawl and did not want greenfields growth, while the territorial councils were very opposed to infill housing, and as a consequence, Auckland was not able to grow anywhere. Now, the irony is that while National and Labor now agree that metropolitan urban limits are at the core of the problem, the newfound love fest between Labor and the Greens exposes opposite policies on the metropolitan urban limit.
Order. Question number 5.